She cracks me with a right hook. Boom! And I can't see. And this has never happened to me in my fights. I can't see, and I'm like,
welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Christine Ferea. Hello.
hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on my show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. So you are an absolute phenom in the sport. I've seen quite a bit of your fights. Wow.
Yeah, it's bare knuckle. I love what I do. I found the niche in combat sports for me. I've done Muay Thai, MMA, Jiu-Jitsu. I've been in wrestling. This was made for me.
Yeah, I can tell. So take me back to the beginning, before all the fame and all the people and the lights and glamour. What was it like for you as a younger woman? And because you started with some trouble, right? It was a rocky road in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of us are born wild, I guess you could say. I was one of the wild ones. I don't know. People want to blame their childhood, their parents, all this bullshit, but I think I have that that streak in me that searches for the adrenaline or something like that. And I went down a crazy path, but I found my way out of it at about 23 years old. Got really serious with combat sports, changed my life, and now I get to use the platform to be a better example to the youth and even to older people. So
yeah, you have a lot of people watching you at this moment, and to be an inspiration for other women out there,
yeah, absolutely. And no matter what, male, female, I like to do mental training. I when I'm done with my career, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be a coach for boxing, bare knuckle boxing, possibly striking. I don't know if I'm gonna enter the MMA world. I'm not gonna limit myself though. And I have a passion for helping and motivating and inspiring and sharing my story to help bring up the next generation. And I believe it's universal law that you're blessed with what I've been blessed with and helped on so many different levels. You need to give back, and that's what I intend to do.
Yeah, I do the same thing. So when you were a young woman, what did you want to do with your life? What was your dreams?
As a teenager and all that, I didn't have like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. I didn't know. I just when I got myself out of trouble, went to college. I went to college because my stepfather was a network engineer, so I went for computers, and then be a network engineer. I was like, oh, okay, I don't like this. Then I went to accounting. I was like, okay, because it was all corporate. I'm from Silicon Valley in Northern California, so it's all business, corporate. I went to accounting. I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely not what I want to do. And then I went business, and I was like, okay, let me broaden it and make business. Let me learn business. And I was training at the time, and one of the coaches was like, you're working full time, you're going to school full time, and you're training. You can't do it all. And it's true. I didn't even have a car back then. So I was taking the bus everywhere and just not being elite in anything. It was like I was half-assing everything because I was doing too much. So he's like, dude, pick something. Like, if you want to fight, then go full fighting. If you want to do your school, go full school. And I picked fighting, of course. But I don't think, and I do want to mention, I don't think a coach should ever discourage the school part, because you need that, for a backing, especially if fighting doesn't work out, which a large percentage of people it doesn't. So I think schooling is really important, but I chose fighting, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I'm on the path I'm on. So I didn't really have something I wanted to do. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a lawyer. This that wasn't me. I just kind of let I just kind of fell into what I fell into.
Yeah. So do you remember your first fight outside of the ring?
Oh. I fought when I was always been an aggressive person. Angry little crap. Angry little shithead. So, I mean, I've been fighting since, we all fight, right? But like a real fight, it started, of course we'll say like what, middle school, high school. I was quiet type, to myself and insecure. So I would be quiet for a while, and then if I got bullied or something, I would just be one of those that would snap and be like, "What? Let's do this then," and just fight. And I'm like, ah! And I've never lost a street fight, so I just have another level to me. I have a different switch I could flip, and once it's flipped, it's not good for the other person. But I don't remember. Oh, there's this one girl. I had to take the city bus to school. And this girl, she was saying something to me, and I ignored it. She was intimidating. And I was like, I don't want to fight her in my head. And she kept on. And then I just did my little snap thing. And then I just started smacking her head into the bus. Dude, just, And so over time, people started kind of knowing that, okay, Christine fights and she's crazy. So I didn't really have too many problems. I didn't have to fight as much. So yeah.
Once they seen that aggressive side of you, they're probably like,
because I'm quiet. I'm just like, I'm not. It's even hard for me to, like, people are like, come do seminars, come do speaking, and that's hard for me. Even though it looks like I'm super like out there, I do it. I get in my zone when I'm in the fight, but it's when someone's in front of me. You don't ever see me speaking in front of people and doing this and that, because it's a scary thing for me. But I'm going to get over that. I'm going to take some classes because I want to be able to speak in front of crowds and be able to share messages, but I need to work on it.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable thing. You got to get comfortable with uncomfortability,
right?
And then things will start to, flow smooth.
Right.
So you get into the game of bare knuckle fighting. Mm-hmm. Do you remember going into your first fight? Mm-hmm. What was that like?
Mm-hmm. So get the phone call. Do you want to do bare knuckle boxing and all that? Okay, so I end up in the back. I'm on deck, or they're wrapping my hands. I'm like, okay. Didn't hit me yet. Wrap my hands, whatever, in the back, hitting pads. We go on deck. Yeah, I'm on deck in the back, so that means that the fight before me is fighting, and I'm in the back getting ready to go out. That's what on deck means. I'm still not hitting me. That is bare knuckle, okay? And during training, I wasn't prepared, like, oh my God, this is a bare knuckle fight. And like, none of my coaches did any specifics or anything special. We just trained. Boxing. I was in a boxing gym. Okay, cool. I didn't think about even training any way different either. Didn't even think about it. It didn't hit me till I hit the curtain and I was getting ready to walk out. I was like, I have no gloves on. I was like, what am I doing? So I'm like, whatever. So that like hit my brain, right? Yeah. And then it quickly goes away because now I'm looking at my opponent in the ring, and then I flip to my crazy mode, and I'm like, all right, kill. So I'm walking out. I go in there, we toe the line, and it's crazy because I didn't study any of the rules. I didn't do any. I just went in that. It didn't. In my mind, I'm just like, go in there, just to go in there and don't get beat up. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So we toe the line. We're like super close. Obviously, you guys know we're super close to each other. That's super weird when you first start doing it. I'm looking at her. Okay, then we start boxing, right? And I'm just getting hit. Boom. Okay. Oh, whatever. Boom. It's just like a regular fight. Nothing's different. And then she's a southpaw. She cracks me with a right hook. Boom. And I can't see. And this has never happened to me in my fights. So I can't see, and I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be and I'm 14-0 as a Muay Thai fighter, undefeated, 80-90% TKO rate. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to getting rocked like this. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh damn. So I get low and just jab out, and hopefully in my mind I'm like, dude, I can't see her. So this so she hit me with the right hook. So this I couldn't see, and this one was blurry. So I'm like, at one point, if you look at my first fight, you'll see me put my hands out like this because I couldn't see where the hell she was. So I was like, where is she? And then brought my hands back. But right when I got my vision back, it was like fight or flight, and I'm a fight. I went in there and that's when I grabbed her. Boom, 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 uppercut, left hook, right, left hook, and she went out. It was literally survival because I had just lost my vision and it was scared to death. Like, oh my God, I've never been in this position before.
Because you don't get hit like that in when you're practicing and training.
Well, right? And with gloves, it's just different because when you get hit with the knuckle, it's like she hit me right on the bone. Like it was either here or like in here where it took. So like you get hit with the glove, there's more like a bigger circumference, and it doesn't like pierce it. You know, it hit right there. Maybe it was in my temple. I don't know. I know it was somewhere in this area, and I wasn't used to that. A bare knuckle is a whole nother beast. It's not take one to give one, which I was totally into because I was a Muay Thai fighter. Just sit there and bang, and I could take that. I could hit you harder. Nah.
No.
Bare knuckle is just like Mike Tyson says about boxing. It's a smart man's game, and if you are not smart in this game, you're done. There is a huge amount of skill, IQ, and technique that you have to have here. You can't just be throwing and taking punches here. You have to be smart.
Because you can get really hurt in that ring.
Well, you can get hurt in any of it, but the thing is here, it gets ended faster here. So you can get a cut, you can get cracked with a good shot, cut, fight's over. Or you get cracked with one shot and you're knocked out. So you get knocked out way easier and you get cut way easier, which stops fights, which you lose. So it's more dangerous in my mind in terms of winning and losing, but it's less dangerous in terms of taking multiple punches for brain damage.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So
have you ever had any cuts while fighting?
One. This is my last fight. I have one cut. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've been cut one time in my career and my lip one time because when I very first started bare knuckle, I had a bigger mouthpiece, and if you have a bigger mouthpiece in bare knuckle and it sticks out, if your lip presses against it from a punch, it's going to split it open because it's like cutting, like smashing it. So you have to get really thinner ones, really durable ones, but thinner that go higher up on the mouth and don't pierce your lip because it'll cut you easier. So I've had one cut here and one cut here now in my career. That's it.
And you've done some damage to some people. I've seen them after the fight, and they look like, whoa, that was a great fight.
Yeah, I'm there to make sure you never want to get back in there with me again. That's the point of this. My point is to be the most devastating and the greatest of all time. So I'm going there to put you down. Hey, what's up? Christine Ferea, 125-pound bare knuckle champion. I'm chatting with Staxx.